Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. I'm so glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, May 30th, 2023, day after Memorial Day. Hope you had a nice break. I did. In fact, it wasn't quite long enough, and I'm a little dragging this morning. My Celtics didn't pull off the big Game 7 win, and I stayed up to watch. So, but we're here. So let us get going. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to kind of help you become financially independent, so that you can do what you want when you want. Because you've got the resources that you've gained through trading. We've got some proprietary indicators that are very accurate, and I am going to show you how I trade with them to show you how well they work. But before we get going, we need to listen to this guy. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades where we have successful traders come online. And while you watch, they walk you through their trading strategy. So one, it's a teaching moment, and two, it gives you the ability to evaluate how accurate the tools are. When you become a member, we do, in addition to the live trades I do, which are on Monday evening, Tuesday and Thursday morning, we do one at 10 a.m. Eastern time Monday morning, and another at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And one of the reasons our students are so successful is we are continually we're invested with you. When after you've been taught, we let you trade with company funds, and we continue to provide education so that you can continue to improve your game and get better. So every Wednesday evening there's an advanced member meeting. Every Saturday morning we do a back to the basics where we go over various strategies and take questions. So we're here with you all the time. I work off of a little checklist that helps me remember things. Every day I like to restart my green chart to clear out the memory and pick up any updates that have happened on the green chart. At the end of every day, I like to kind of take a look at what I did, and specifically what didn't go the way I anticipated it should have gone. And our indicators have a trading simulator in it, which allows you to go back and kind of take a look at scenarios. You can go back to the exact time you took a trade, take a look at what the indicator was telling you at that time, and see, why what it was that you missed, if you did miss something, that the trade didn't go the way you liked. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action, and that's what our indicators are very good at helping us see the direction that a move is going in. And if we know the direction a move is going in, we can trade on that and make some money. However, news does impact currency prices. And the place I like to get that news is a place called forexfactory.com. And forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow, which is low impact, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. And it's these high impact items that I want to know about so I can trade around. And this morning at 10 a.m., U.S. is announcing consumer confidence. And tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Royal Bank of Australia, Governor Lowe speaks. He's like our Fed chairman. Any trade we take now would be done well before the 7 p.m. Time slot. So we need to worry about the U.S. dollar this morning. Ideally, I like to be out of a trade 2 hours beforehand because this news tends to leak beforehand, and it starts to impact the price. And we can't predict this as well. So since we can't predict it, we're just going to stay away from it. So 2 hours. So if we have a trade that I think is going to close before 8 a.m., which is about an hour and a half from now, we will consider it. So keep going. We've got a dozen different signals from the indicators. The one I use is something called a 10-point trade plan or 10-point trade signal. We will create one that we will customize a trade plan for you once we coach you, depending on your time availability and your risk preferences. On this signal that I use, I am trading principally off of a 1 hour chart. Although on the overnight trade that I send out, I do that off of a day chart. I like to be 30 minutes into the chart on the 1 hour chart. So the indicator has time to form. On a 1 hour chart, a trade's going to be anywhere worth from 5 to 35 pips. And I really am looking for about 11 pips on a trade. And if I can do that 3 times a day, I am going to be doing pretty well. On a 1 hour chart, a trade's going to close anywhere within 1 to 3 hours. And basically, I'm just trying to get all the lines to line up. And when I see a situation where all the lines line up, it is a good trade. So with that, let's jump in and see what we have this morning. Here are our indicators. Chart I am going to be trading off of is the Light 6 Major, which is one of the standard layout charts. And it's a composite chart where it's showing me 6 different currency pairs, all on a 1 hour candle. And I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. Red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. So when these lines are up above the blue line, that means the market is overbought. Likewise, when the lines are below this red line, which is the oversold line, the market's oversold. When the market's oversold, that is a good time to buy. And ideally, what I am looking for are situations like this, where the lines are below the red line, going up. The green line is crossed over the red, and the gray line is crossed over the black. And I want to ride it up through the channel. And you can see, had I caught this one, this is worth 36 pips over the course of 5 hours. I could have probably got out in 4 hours, probably got out in 3 hours with that 36 pips. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to catch it on this side, ride it through the channel, and then look for the next trade. So here on the Australian US dollar, we are overbought. The minors are coming down, but the majors haven't quite committed to going down yet. They're sideways. Euro USD, overbought. Majors still going up. Minors have started to turn, so I don't have agreement here. I want everybody going down. Now, as I said, I look for situations where we're either overbought or oversold, and I want to ride it through the channel. Here you can see we were overbought, but you can get, they're still up in it. You could have gotten 40 pips in the last 2 hours off of this. So it's overbought. If I took my normal trade of 11 pip take profit, 35 pip stop loss, I would have got stopped out here. So you can get a good trade when it's overbought and going up, but it's just not part of my trade plan. I prefer to wait, take less trades, and find one where I see the setup I'm looking for. Pound USD, same thing, overbought. Majors still going up. Minors have started to turn. And this was even kind of a bigger move. US Canadian dollar, oversold. Minors have come up. Majors are going down. Little conflict here. This is telling me there's a little bit more down in the movement here. It's kind of an upside down duck head. Here's his bill. Here's his head. When you see that on the major indicator, that usually means there's a little bit more down left in the movement. Dollar Swiss franc, oversold. Major still going down. Minors have started to turn, so nothing there. And dollar yen, oversold. Minors are starting, or majors have started to turn. They're going up. It's a little bit sideways. Green is on top. Minors coming back to meet the majors. So not quite. We don't have agreement between the majors and minors. So I've cloned this chart, and I've got another chart with non-US pairs. So let's take a look what we've got here. Euro pound, oversold. Everybody's going up, and I have the double cross. The green line is crossed over, the gray line is crossed over, and it's getting close. So I've got 3 points here. I like also, it's a plus that the lines are clustered, the major and minor lines, and that this is starting to enter the channel, but there's still a little bit of gap here. The majors, I prefer the green line to be a little closer to the horizontal red line, but I've got 3 points here. When I have 3 points, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs, and each of these 4 lines is measuring something different at a different speed. And I want to count how many of the lines are supporting what I'm seeing here. So this is a buy signal. 2 orange lines are going up, telling me buy. Dotted blue is coming down. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue comes down, that means buy. So 3 of the 4 lines are telling me buy. I need to have a minimum of 3 out of the 4 lines. So it passes the second test. And the third test is, what's the pressure doing? And I want the lines either going up or the green line to have crossed over the red line. And the green line is about to cross over the red line, but it hasn't. So I've got kind of strong down pressure here. What makes the pressure strong is the closeness of the lines and the steepness of the lines. You can see the green line is becoming, steepness of the slope is becoming less steep. So this section of the line is more steep. going less steep as it's about to cross over. So this setup isn't 100%. I've got the majors and minors giving me agreement. I've got the TNTs giving me agreement, but I don't quite have agreement yet on the pressure. So we're going to pass. Australian dollar, yen. Minors are overbought and coming down. Majors just touched the line before they started the turn. So everybody's coming down. But I only have 2 of the 4 here. And I've got weak up pressure. So I don't have the TNT portion of the signal or the pressure portion of the signal. Also, I probably wouldn't trade this at this time of day, because now it's approaching evening in both of these markets. And on a 1-hour chart, I want to have one of these be during prime trading hours, and we don't have that. So we're going to pass. Euro Canadian dollar, overbought, everybody going up, so nothing there. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, overbought, majors going up, minors going down, so we don't have agreement here. Pound yen, overbought. Minors have started to turn, majors still going up, and we just had a big move right here. I got a little piece of this a little earlier this morning with this turn. Let's see. Euro, Australian dollar. Everybody's going up. Double cross. Here, I tend to, once it goes beyond halfway, the green line is more than halfway, I tend not to take the trade. But here, it is a nice signal. The slope of the green line is going from less steep to more steep. 2 orange lines going up, two blue lines going down. We don't quite have the pressure in agreement. See, whereas over here the pressure was in agreement, the green line was on top when this turned. Here we don't have the pressure in agreement. We've got sideways pressure. The red line is going down, and the green line is going up, and the green line is pretty steep. But again, based on my trade strategy, this one, the Euro Australian dollar, doesn't make the cut. So let's go to the next group. Again, another 6 new pairs. Canadian dollar, yen. In the middle of the channel, both going down. We started to get a little turn here, and then it's coming back. Euro New Zealand dollar, it's almost just reaching overbought. It's still going up. Pound New Zealand dollar, overbought, still going up. New Zealand dollar, yen. It's turned in the middle of the channel. Everybody's going down. So I've got 3 points here. It has just crossed over the halfway mark, the green line. So I'm going to probably not take it just to see what the rest of the signal is telling me. 2 orange lines going down, 2 blue lines going up. So all 4 are telling me sell, but I don't have the pressure. Got sideways pressure, green lines coming down, red lines going up. And again, the other thing I don't like is it's evening in New Zealand and in Japan. So on a 1-hour chart, we don't want to trade when it's evening because it's going to take longer. There's less trading volume. So it takes longer for the trade to do its thing. New Zealand USD overbought. Everybody's coming down. I've got the double cross, reds on top, blacks on top. I don't like that the green line is so far away from entering the channel, and I don't like the sideways here, but I do have the 3 points. When I look to the TNTs, thick orange is coming down, 2 blues coming up. Usually we have the 2 oranges going together. But so 3 out of the 4, but I've got up pressure here, so I don't have the full signal. And this is actually more sideways now, so I don't like that. Euro, Swiss franc. We're just approaching overbought, and it's starting to turn, but nothing's going up yet. So let's go to the 4th chart. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, overbought. Minors are coming down. Majors haven't quite turned yet, so nothing there. Swiss franc, yen, overbought, still going up. Euro, yen, just reaching overbought, still going up. Pound, Australian dollar, overbought, still going up. Majors going up. Minors starting to turn. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, oversold, still going down. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, oversold and still going down. So we've just gone through 24 pairs and didn't see a setup that I liked. That's okay. We don't have to be trading all the time to make money. All we need is like two, 3 good trades a day, and you can make pretty good money. If you're not already doing so, I would follow the trades I send out in the evening for the overnight trade. I send it out a little bit after 4, generally between 4:15 and 4:45. I have 2 trades on there, and they tend to be highly accurate. So just those 2 trades alone will put you way ahead of the game, and then all you need is 1 more. I have another trade signal that I use, which is called the thick orange line trade. And it's a little scalp trade. It's not quite as involved as the 10-point trade. Again, we do it on a 1-hour chart. You can also do it off of a 30-minute chart. And I want to do it when there's about 5 minutes remaining in the top of the hour. And we're approaching that. We've got 7 minutes left. So as we look through this, we'll get to that 5-minute mark. And I am looking for what the position of the thick orange line is. And the thick orange line is a scaled number. And I want it to be either 0 or 10. When this thick orange line is at 0, since the chart is scaled, the thick orange line doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. And if there's no more down in the movement, that's a good time to buy. So here we're basically 0.06. So if we're within 1 of the 0 or within 1 of the 10, that's a good setup. And then I want to confirm the setup by looking at where the pressure is. Excuse me, not the pressure, the majors. And specifically, I'm looking for the where the red and green are, and I want the red line to be on a position like this. I want the red line to be significantly below where the horizontal red line, the oversold line, and we have that here. So here we've got, this is essentially 0. It's within 1 of 0, thick orange line. And the majors are well below the red line. And what's going to happen is when the candle changes, there's going to be a little snap, and we will get that snap. And that snap is good for 5 pips. So we are going to go ahead and take a buy on this, on the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. And you can do that on your simulator, or if you're using MetaTrader, we can go to MetaTrader. I don't have this chart up, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, so I'm going to go find it. So I'm going to go File, New Chart, and it's going to probably be in this third group here, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Oh, here it is, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Open it up, move it to the 1 hour chart, so I'm looking at the same thing. And the only other thing I want to know is what's the spread on this. The spread is about half a pip, 0.7 to 0.4. So on a 5 pip trade, I'll pay a half a pip for the spread. If it was a little bit more than half a pip, I wouldn't take it. So I've got this here. I'm going to go to New Order. And this is a demo account that I'm showing you. To figure out the lot size, I'm going to look at how much is in the account. In this case, it's $9,800. I'm going to move the decimal point over 4 spots, so that's 0.98. So I can take anywhere from a 0.5 to a 2. So I'm going to take a lot size of 1. That makes each pip worth $10. And I'm going to click Market Buy. And then once the trade is recorded, I am going to right-click on it, go to Modify, left-click, and it gives me this screen, and this trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. So I am going to put in 50 points, click the little blue button, it calculates the gain for me. And this trade is accurate about 90% of the time. So I'm going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss. So 20 pips is equal to 200 points. I click the little red button. It does the math for me. And I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So I got in at 66.43. So if I add 5 to the 43, I'm going to go to 48, go to 48.6. So I'm just going to modify this to get it exact. And then I click the modified button, and it drops in the stop loss and take profit, and I pull up the screen so I can see where I'm at. So we took a buy using the thick orange line trade on the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. It's morning time in Canada, and it's lunchtime in Switzerland. We've got a take profit of 0.66486. That's 0.66486. The stop loss of 0.66228. Stop loss of 0.66228. And I expect this to close within the next hour. Let's see if we've got anything else. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, 0.42. So we have the first part of the trade. But when I look at the majors, the red line hasn't crossed over yet. And I want the red line to be a little bit past. I want the red line ideally to be where the green line is. So I don't have the second part of the trade. Here, pound Australian dollar, 10. And these lines are way up above. So we're going to take a buy on the pound, Great Britain pound, Australian dollar. Oh, no, excuse me, a sell. Sell, because we're overbought. So let's go. We'll open up back here. I don't have that open either. So we're going to go to new chart. Pound, Australian dollar, pound, where is it? Come on, pound. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Let's put this to 1 hour. And the spread is, the spread's a little high. We're going to go ahead and still take it. So we're going to take a sell. sell on the pound Australian dollar. I am going to go to modify. My lot size again was 1. I remembered what I had from last time. So I can have 2 open trades at this. Take profit and stop loss are the same. So 50 points equals 5 pips. Click the little blue button. It does the math for me. Click the little red button. It does the math for me. And I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So I get in at 89.94. So I'm going to go to 89. 89, 7. I want to get the full 5 pips. And let's just double check here. I'd like to make sure I can see both the take profit and stop loss. So we've got a sell on the pound Australian dollar. It's noontime in England, so I've got a take profit of 1.89897. That's a take profit of 1.89897 and a stop loss of 1.90172. Stop loss is 1.90172. So we took 2 trades this morning using the scalp trade, the thick orange line trade, and I will expect both of these to close within the next hour. We can help you become a successful trader. These tools are very accurate, and coupled with the coaching, we can get you to a place of doing more, better, faster. So thanks so much for joining me. If you've got any questions or you need to get a hold of me, you can reach me. You can schedule an appointment with me at forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. Again, thanks so much for joining me. We will see you again Thursday morning. Bye-bye.